World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. United States President Donald Trump has decided to give diplomacy more time in dealing with Iran. On Tuesday, the BBC reports, President Trump announced an extension of the current ceasefire, delaying his earlier deadline for Tehran to reach a deal or face renewed military action. The move temporarily holds off on his threat to resume a major air campaign against Iran. However, the extension means the president will soon face another decision on whether to escalate or continue talks. President Trump did not specify how long the ceasefire will last, saying only that Iran is being given time to present a unified proposal to end the conflict. This marks the second time in 2 weeks that President Trump has stepped back from escalation, signaling a possible shift toward de-escalating the war. In other news overseas, Hezbollah says it launched rockets toward northern Israel, claiming it was responding to alleged ceasefire violations by Israeli forces. According to BBC News, the Israel Defense Forces or IDF reported earlier that several rockets were fired at its troops operating in southern Lebanon. Israeli forces said they quickly struck the launcher used in the attack. The Iran-backed Hezbollah has accused Israel of breaching the truce, escalating tensions along the border. Meanwhile, Israeli ambassador to the United States, Yetchel later, said Hezbollah's actions violate the ceasefire agreement. He added that Israel will continue to defend itself against threats to its security and efforts to undermine peace. And finally, an Iranian military commander is warning neighboring countries against allowing their territory to be used for attacks on Iran. According to BBC News, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Aerospace Commander Majid Mousavi said Iran's southern neighbors could face severe consequences if they support hostile actions against the country. He warned that oil production across the Middle East could be at risk if such cooperation occurs. Mousavi also issued a broader threat, saying Iran is prepared to strike targets wherever deemed necessary in response to any attack. The remarks carried by Iranian media come amid rising tensions in the region. Officials have not yet responded publicly to the warning. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.